Jules, and you're watching Oak Island Eats. So it's the day after Thanksgiving, and my family just did something very small this year. It was only 4 people. We're very much so still social distancing. We did not get together with anyone. We do have family that lives in North Carolina, and we're not thrilled about seeing anybody. So we did not have a big menu, but my husband, he loves Thanksgiving food. He loves like stuffing, turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy. That's like probably one of his favorite holidays for that reason, just the food. I can do without any of that. It's really not my favorite food. I'll eat it just because if that's what we make on Thanksgiving, but it's not the end of the world to me if I don't have that cuisine. And my dad really, he's older and he enjoys the novelty of it. You know, it's like the tradition of the food menu and everything like that. So we made turkey. We roasted some cabbage because me and my dad can just eat that like candy. We just roasted with garlic and olive oil. The turkey we roasted. And we actually just did a turkey breast because it was the 4 of us. So there was no need to get a whole turkey. And just the way we would have seasoned it with like onions and garlic and stuff like that, we couldn't even give the leftovers to the dogs. And we're never gonna eat that much turkey. Like, we just won't. We have like standard stuffing with sausage, sweet and hot sausage, mirepoix, bread, very simple. Breadless mashed potatoes. I always leave the skin on my mashed potatoes unless I'm making a potato puree because there's so many like nutrients and vitamins and I just don't want to be wasteful. Typical gravy made from pan drippings and cranberry from a jar, or can, but my dad likes it. So everyone's always looking for ways to repurpose your Thanksgiving leftovers, and I have the best way. So I love to make my own egg rolls. So I know that's traditionally with Asian cuisine, and you can do that too, and I have done that in restaurants and stuff with like duck and pork and shrimp and lobster, like yummy Asian type cuisine. But we're gonna do Thanksgiving egg rolls, and they're so bomb, you're gonna love them. So you can take whatever leftovers you have. If you have other things, I know people do like sweet potatoes, just any Thanksgiving leftovers you have. As long as you have like the turkey, the potato, some kind of stuffing, the gravy will do as the dipping sauce, and I include the cranberry, and I actually like it in this, where I would not put that on my Thanksgiving plate. So whatever leftovers you have, and then a couple other ingredients. So the other ingredients that we're gonna need are egg roll wrappers. You can buy these in any grocery store. I know they sell them at Walmart, Publix, Stop and Shop, Food Lion. Like, they have them at every single grocery store. And it doesn't matter what brand, they're all the same. 1 egg. And I actually have, normally with any type of egg roll I make, minus any type of like Chinese egg roll, I always put cheese. It's like so ooey gooey, it's so delicious, and like, you miss it if it's not there. I have some brie that I did not buy specifically for this. Stop crying. Thank you. I have some brie that I did not buy specifically for this. It was just a leftover block that I had that I had used some of. I made a charcuterie board or cheese board or something. But I'm definitely gonna put that in there because, you know, you think like turkey apple brie sandwiches, chicken apple brie, it goes. It's gonna be good. And as for specialty equipment, I just have my cutting board. This is just a dish to hold my egg rolls until I'm ready to deep fry them, or pan fry. I'm not deep frying, but you can deep fry them if you want, or if you have a deep fryer. A little brush, and then a frying pan. And this is just vegetable oil. You can use any type of neutral, flavorless oil, so like avocado, canola, soybean. You can even use peanut, but that tends to be problematic with allergies for a lot of people. So that's all we're gonna need, and let's get started. I'm gonna chop up this turkey, and then everything else is pretty much in bite size or like small pieces that I can just sprinkle in. But we'll start assembling them, we'll get them all together, and then we'll eat them. All right, so one more ingredient that we will need is cornstarch. I forgot to mention that before, and you definitely need this. That will help the egg rolls, the raw egg rolls, not to stick together, because we're gonna make them all first. We're not gonna make one and then fry it. We're gonna do it the best way possible, to the most time efficient. So it'll help them not to stick together, but also once we fry them, it makes them like really crispy. So it's an ingredient that is necessary. So I cracked my egg into a small little bowl, added a little bit of cold water, and just whisked it so it's uniform. And let's start assembling. So I take one wrapper. Make sure you only take one because they do kind of stick together. Don't take these out of the fridge too soon before starting this process because they're a little bit easier to work with when they're cold. Plus they tend to dry out. So if you leave this out, you need to put a damp paper towel over it. I'm gonna work pretty quickly, so I don't think that step's necessary, but if this takes you a long time to roll the egg rolls or you're not quite used to it yet, I would definitely get a wet paper towel or like hand towel, something, and just drape it over. So this is a new thing of cornstarch. I'm pretty sure I already have one open, so this is a no-no in my household. Okay, so be careful with this stuff, it goes everywhere. I'm just lining my cutting board with some cornstarch, spreading it out a little bit. I'm also going to line this baking dish with a little bit. Again, not sticking. We might need to go back to that. Okay, one wrapper. I put it down like a triangle, or it's a square. That's a square, and the point is going away from me and towards me, so I don't want the square straight on. Dip your brush or whatever you have into your egg wash, and I just brush the top triangle of my wrapper. So I think what I'm gonna do, I need utensils. Hold on. So first thing I teach you in kitchens is get your mise en place set up, and I did not do that, which is why everything's all scattered. So probably use my hands for most of this. Yeah, for sure using my hands. All right, mise en place set up, very important part to cooking. And so, okay, done. I'm gonna go turkey. So normally when you make egg rolls, if you were to make like a Chinese style egg roll, you mix everything in a bowl together. That way every bite is uniform. I don't always do that. If I were in a restaurant, I would. Also, I think it makes the whole process of doing this go quicker. But so I'll do a little bit of turkey. The important part to remember is not to overstuff these. If you overstuff them, it's gonna fall apart, it's gonna break, and you're gonna have a big mess, and you're not gonna eat anything because it's all gonna just disperse into the oil. Do a little bit of this. Hands, 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 hands. A little brie. Ooh, that's yummy. A little stuffing. And this stuffing, when we made it, we threw the cooked sausage into a food processor. So there's like little baby bits of pieces. And a little potato. So this is getting pretty full for my liking. So we'll just have to pack it tightly and just make sure that we don't, yeah, it's a little much. This is gonna be a fat one. And then we just, okay, so you're gonna roll and tuck back. I feel like some people might do this with other things. Strictly an egg roll gal. Yeah, not your first one. It's okay if there's excess cornstarch, doesn't matter. It's not gonna do anything. So one more time, we brush it. You can brush the whole thing if that makes you more comfortable. I don't really feel the need to do that. Some turkey, a little cabbage. And again, if you don't have something, just omit it. If you do have something, include it. Just make sure it was like what you ate on Thanksgiving. A little stuffing, a little cheese. cranberry. So corners in, bottom, fold it over. It's like a wrap or a burrito, same thing. You just want to make sure there's really no opening and then roll it through. Because if once it's in the oil, if it's open, it's going to, everything's gonna come out. You don't want that. So I'm gonna do the rest of these. So we have our egg rolls, this oil, we're just gonna pour, we're not deep frying so we don't need to do it too high, but you want it to come up just a little bit on the edges. Turn it to high, and I'll feel when it's hot enough. It should be like 350. I have a cookie sheet with a paper towel that when the egg rolls are done cooking, we're gonna transfer them to here just to get any of the extra oil out. So I could always get out a thermometer and test the oil. I just, I'm not gonna do that. What I did was I put some water on my hands, sprinkled the water in. Once it starts popping, you know it's hot enough. If it gets too hot, definitely lower the heat because we don't want these burning. And you want to make sure your water's hot enough, otherwise they're gonna be soggy. But you can hear it sizzling, I know it's frying, so. Okay, so egg rolls are so hot, they need to cool. In the meantime, while they cool, I have my leftover gravy. I'm just gonna heat it up just to have it be warmed through. I'm not cooking it, I'm not reducing it. I just want it warmed through. So egg rolls are cooling, gravy is in here, got some fresh parsley that I'm gonna chop up, and that will be a garnish. I love a garnish, and I love herbs, so optional, but it's what I like to do. So now the first few that we did should definitely be cool enough. Yeah. And I'm gonna take a serrated knife and just cut it on a bias. Oh yeah, looks good. And then I'm just gonna cut them all and lay them out on my North Carolina cutting board serving tray. I think I want this long one here. You eat with your eyes first, so blading is key. Because it's like a fried food, the parsley is just something fresh, just a raw plant. Brighten it up a little bit. There we go, I'm gonna try one. mashed potatoes when they're cold, they like congeal and are chunky and gross. Deep frying or pan frying these just makes it like creamy again, and the brie is so good. Let's dunk it a little for some more calories. Hot. If you didn't have brie, Parmesan, pepperino, even mozzarella, like I wouldn't use fresh, but like a low moisture mozzarella, that'd be good, it'd be nice and stringy. What I like about these too, so the cabbage I love is like that bitterness. I really didn't put too much of that cranberry crap, but every once in a while you get like a little sweetness from it. Really good. Really, really great idea. If you have family staying with you for the holidays, you know, Thanksgiving, most people have off like the Friday after. Make these, they feed a crowd. I mean, you can't go wrong, they're so delicious. When I reheat mine, I like to do them in the oven or in the toaster. Like if you have a convection oven, I mean. Convection toaster oven? Is that what they're called? You know what I mean. You just want it to be, you want that crispiness back. The microwave will just make the Eggo wrapper like soggy, and it'll still taste good, but you won't have this like nice texture that's here. So. And that's the recipe for my Thanksgiving leftover egg rolls. If you try out this recipe, let me know in the comments down below, or if you have any questions or suggestions for other recipes, please let me know. Make sure if you like the video, you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, Oak Island Eats.